Good afternoon. I'm Pat McGibbon. I'm here to present the AMT's Daily Minute, or what I like to call 4 Minutes at 4. So let's start off with the economic talk of the weekend. The Bureau of Economic Analysis press release last Thursday was expected to be bad news, but many analysts were kind of hoping that there would be a little silver lining in it, and their expectations were wrong. The advanced report on GDP, gross domestic product, always has revisions, but it would have to take a major, huge revision to make the 33% decline in the second quarter GDP relative to the first quarter look anywhere near a positive number. This is the worst quarter-to-quarter drop in the gross domestic product since 1937. Everyone takes a hit in the economy, farmers, manufacturers, airline pilots, when the GDP falls so dramatically. And I would think that these numbers would reset some people's thinking about what a significant mess our economy is as a nation and globally. I mean, it's going to take time to turn this thing around. Still, I'm always looking for the good news, and when you break the numbers down, there are some positives. Take an example, inventories. They fell dramatically in the second quarter relative to the first. And so that means that when things begin to flow again, there'll be some room to backfill those inventories that create a supply chain that's be steady enough, and that could help foster growth a little faster in the third quarter. In addition, durable goods, which is where most of the manufacturing technology orders customers come from, that sector fell only 1.4% in the second quarter. So there was some bright linings in the GDP news, not many. Today was really a kind of banner day for economic postings. Let's take the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index was released this morning. The index dropped from 78.1 to 73.2 for July, erasing all the gains that we made in consumer confidence during June. The press release pointed to a widespread concern amongst the participants about the resurgence in coronavirus as a reason they felt less confident at the end of July than they did at the end of June. The Institute for Supply Management shared their advanced look at July's Purchasing Managers Index this morning, and that index was up a couple of points in July to 54.2. And as we've said before, anything but 50 means that the economy is expanding, and manufacturing in particular. Now, this is a composite index, so it's got 7 different components that help make the overall one. And there's one component that I like to keep an eye on, and that's the new orders component. As I said last week, durable orders were actually up in June after a major jump in May. And the Institute's individual index on new orders jumped 5 points in July, suggesting that durable good orders are probably going to keep moving up in July and maybe even into August as well. Let's hope so. Maybe we get some good news rolling and be able to have something continually to share positive as we go through these economic reports over the course of the next several months. Now, last Friday, AMT hosted a webinar with experts on the aerospace and automotive market. And if you didn't join the webinar last week, we had 197 people registered for the conference. And I received a number of kudos and texts by text and email shortly after the webinar was finished. People were really appreciative about their insights and the ability to get the questions that they were thinking about with respect to auto and the aerospace markets answered. The video of the 2 gentlemen will be up later this week. I would recommend taking a peek at it. The auto industry analyst, Mike Jackson, was a little bit more optimistic than I am, but I think he made some good points, and that may change my opinion about what's going to be happening in the auto market. Now, John Heimlich, the aerospace speaker, I've seen him a couple weeks ago, so I knew what he was going to say. He was very concise, to the point about how the recovery in capital spending will flow from the airlines back to the aerospace industry. Again, I urge you to take a few minutes and just breeze through some of the things they had to say, and particularly their closings about where they think the markets are going over the course of the next 2 years. Now, USMT orders for June will be released next Monday, and I haven't seen them yet. They haven't been finalized. But the advanced numbers that came out in mid-July were kind of promising. And based on what I've heard from our members and participants in the USMTO report, I'm pretty confident that we're going to see both dollars and units go up in June relative to May. But I don't know for sure. So join me next week on Monday for a deeper dive into the USMTO numbers. Till then, if you got any good news, send it my way. I'd love to be able to share it with everybody here. Travel safe. Take care. See you Monday.